The following sequence unfolds near a cemetery on the outskirts of Pocrosk, where a Russian soldier is seen running through the graves and uneven pathways before heading toward a nearby open field. From above, a Ukrainian drone rapidly closes the distance and intercepts his movement. After the initial engagement, the soldier falls to the ground and appears unable to continue moving. Seconds later, another Ukrainian drone arrives overhead and releases a munition toward the same position. During the final moments, the soldier raises one finger toward the aircraft in an apparent gesture of defiance. The drone remains above the exposed location, makes another controlled pass, and releases a second munition. The following sequence unfolds across a grass field in the Donetsk sector, where a Ukrainian drone operator detects what appears to be a Russian sniper or reconnaissance soldier lying motionless in the vegetation. Wearing a grass-covered camouflage suit, the soldier blends closely with the surrounding terrain and appears to rely on remaining completely still. From above, however, the operator focuses on the suspicious position and carefully confirms the figure below. Within seconds, the drone moves directly overhead and releases a munition toward the concealed position. Near the Pokrovsk direction, a Ukrainian drone detects a lone Russian soldier moving across exposed terrain with no visible support nearby. From above, the operator maintains visual contact before gradually lowering altitude and directing the aircraft toward his position. For several moments, the soldier continues moving without reacting to the approaching drone. Only as the distance closes does he recognize the threat and raise his weapon, attempting to drive the aircraft away. The response fails to interrupt its approach. The following footage, recorded by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone near the Donetsk front, shows two Russian soldiers positioned beside a damaged residential area. A Ukrainian attack drone circles overhead, maintaining pressure and restricting their ability to relocate. One soldier attempts to use his rifle against the approaching aircraft, but the drone continues its course, descends, and commits to the strike. After the impact, both soldiers remain on the ground and appear unable to move from the position. Rather than immediately escalating the engagement, the reconnaissance drone maintains altitude and continues observing the area. One soldier reaches for a radio, apparently attempting to request assistance, but no visible response follows. The sequence demonstrates how persistent aerial surveillance can isolate an exposed position and complicate attempts to coordinate support once movement has already been restricted. Along a muddy dirt road in the Pokrovsk direction, where standing water remains after recent rain, a Ukrainian drone flies low while conducting a routine scan of the route. From above, the operator detects a Russian soldier riding a motorcycle, with several supply containers secured behind him. His movement along the exposed road makes the route easy to track, and the position is quickly confirmed. Moments later, the drone approaches from behind and begins closing the distance. The rider continues forward without any visible reaction as the aircraft accelerates along the road, aligns its final approach, and commits to the attack. The following sequence unfolds inside a heavily damaged village in the Donetsk region, where Ukrainian reconnaissance drones detect several Russian soldiers entering a concealed shelter among the ruins. Their movement gives away the position, allowing the coordinates to be monitored and passed to a nearby drone unit. Minutes later, a Ukrainian drone approaches the structure and strikes the identified shelter, sending a cloud of dust and debris across the surrounding ruins. As the air gradually clears, movement becomes visible again near the entrance. 3 Russian soldiers cautiously emerge from the damaged position and immediately pause to assess what is happening around them. They scan the nearby buildings and listen for the sound of additional drones overhead. After a brief exchange, the group appears to realize that remaining inside the compromised shelter is no longer practical. They leave the position and move quickly across exposed ground toward another section of the ruined village, while reconnaissance continues, monitoring their movement from above. The following sequence is recorded by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone above a wide stretch of dry grassland in the Pokrovsk direction. From overhead, the operator detects a lone Russian soldier moving steadily across the exposed field, apparently focused on his route and unaware that every movement is being observed. For several moments, the reconnaissance drone maintains its distance and quietly tracks his progress. Shortly afterward, another Ukrainian drone enters the area and begins approaching the identified position. As the sound of the aircraft becomes increasingly noticeable, the soldier suddenly recognizes the threat and drops into the tall grass, apparently hoping to break visual contact. The drone continues closing in, but briefly holds its approach to confirm the position. When the soldier attempts to raise his weapon in response, the operator quickly adjusts the flight path, maintains alignment, and commits to the final attack. The following sequence unfolds across a grassy field near the front line, where a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone observes a Russian soldier standing in the open before he suddenly collapses into the vegetation, possibly from exhaustion after prolonged movement. While remaining on the ground, the soldier begins making unusual gestures, repeatedly touching his head and chest in what appears to be a moment of prayer or personal reflection. The reconnaissance drone continues observing and relaying his location. Moments later, a Ukrainian FPV drone reaches the area and identifies the concealed position. Before it begins its approach, another drone arrives first but misses the target. The remaining FPV drone maintains visual contact, adjusts its angle, and then commits to the final attack. The following sequence unfolds among the ruins near Chassive Yar, where a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a Russian soldier attempting to conceal himself inside the heavily damaged terrain. An attack drone soon appears overhead and begins maintaining pressure on the position. Realizing the aircraft is nearby, the soldier repeatedly fires his weapon upward in an attempt to force it away. Above the engagement, the reconnaissance drone continues tracking every movement and relaying the soldier's location. The attack drone keeps maneuvering around the ruins, changing its angle while avoiding the incoming fire and preventing the soldier from easily relocating. As the encounter continues, the soldier is forced to divide his attention between different directions, making it increasingly difficult to follow the aircraft's movement. The operator uses that brief opening to tighten the approach, maintain alignment with the exposed position, and commit to the final attack. The following sequence unfolds along a sparse tree line near an open field in the Pocrosk sector, where a Ukrainian FPV drone operator searches for a Russian soldier previously detected in the area. Flying low between scattered trees, the drone makes careful, controlled adjustments while systematically scanning the vegetation. After moving deeper into the tree line, the operator finally identifies the soldier lying motionless near the base of a tree, apparently believing the surrounding cover has concealed his position. The FPV drone confirms the location, aligns its approach, and uses its onboard system to complete the mission. The following footage is recorded by a Ukrainian attack drone during a patrol along a heavily damaged tree line in the Donetsk direction. After scanning the vegetation without detecting any visible activity, the operator shifts attention toward nearby open ground, where shallow pools of water remain after recent rainfall. From above, the drone suddenly identifies a lone Russian soldier moving across the exposed grass with no immediate cover nearby. The operator quickly changes course and begins closing the distance. With the soldier still exposed and showing little indication that he has detected the approaching aircraft, the drone maintains alignment, accelerates toward his position, and commits to the final attack. The following sequence unfolds across a wide grass field leading toward a heavily damaged area, where a Ukrainian FPV drone is moving rapidly after reconnaissance reports indicate Russian activity nearby. As the aircraft reaches the ruins, the operator identifies a Russian soldier walking between the damaged structures. His attention appears fixed on a handheld radio, leaving him focused on communication rather than the surrounding airspace. From above, the drone maintains a direct approach, making only minor corrections as the distance steadily disappears. The soldier continues moving without any visible indication that he has detected the aircraft closing in. Only during the final moments does he appear to recognize the approaching threat, but by then, the drone is already at close range and commits to the final attack. The following sequence unfolds near a concrete utility pole in the Pocrosk direction, where a Ukrainian FPV drone closes in on a Russian soldier attempting to use the narrow structure as temporary cover. As the aircraft approaches, the soldier raises his weapon and tries to keep the drone away. Instead of immediately closing in, the operator maintains pressure while tracking each movement around the pole. The soldier repeatedly circles the structure, attempting to break visual contact and keep the concrete barrier between himself and the aircraft. The drone mirrors those movements, continuously changing its angle and preventing him from easily leaving the position. After several tense moments, the operator reassesses the approach and waits for an opening. As the soldier makes another attempt to counter the aircraft, the drone rapidly closes the remaining distance and commits to the final attack. The following sequence unfolds near Costian Tinipka, where a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a lone Russian soldier moving from an open field toward a nearby tree line. The drone continues tracking as he disappears deeper into the vegetation, apparently searching for temporary concealment or a place to rest. His position is confirmed and relayed to a nearby Ukrainian attack drone unit. Shortly afterward, an FPV drone arrives and begins flying low through the dense trees, carefully searching the last known location. Thick vegetation initially makes the soldier difficult to identify, forcing the operator to continue a controlled search between the branches. After several passes, the drone finally locates him resting beneath a tree, apparently unaware that his position has been found. The operator immediately aligns the approach, closes the distance, and commits to the strike.